I remember this person on the internet, they used to speak negatively about every single new makeup launch. They would say things like, oh, don't waste your money on makeup because makeup is not a collectible, it expires, it doesn't appreciate in value. I think the person had good intentions, but being negative is not the best way to motivate people. If you want something, you are going to go and do it. For example, if you have a significant other and your family is not supportive, they speak ill of that person, that is not going to make you stop seeing them. You might have second thoughts here and there, but if you're attached to that person, you are going to continue seeing them. Same way, if you are attached to makeup and purchasing makeup and you have that sort of emotional attachment to it, you are going to continue to buy makeup. If you want to do it, you will do it. So the best thing someone can do for another person is just help them figure out what they truly want. Do you really want to be with that person, or are you afraid to be alone? Do you really want this makeup, or do you get excited in the moment and then purchase it, but later you regret it? Using the argument that makeup is not a collectible because it expires and it doesn't appreciate in value, and thus you should not be spending money on makeup and accumulating it, is not the best way to motivate people to do what they need to do to help their lives. And quite frankly, I think makeup is a collectible. People collect things for many different reasons. Yes, some people collect things just as an investment. And that type of collection is an investment. So they'll buy stuff in the hopes that 10 years later, it'll appreciate in value and they will make a bunch of money from it. Some people collect things for the future. They'll hold on to things for their children or their grandchildren and pass it on. And some people collect things for the sentimental value. And that has a lot to do with makeup collectors. While for the general public, makeup might be something that you use, for makeup collectors, there is sentiment involved. And there are also memories attached to the products. You might remember how excited you were when the launch happened, and that memory gets attached to that particular makeup product. There can also be memories and sentiment of the person that created something like an eyeshadow palette. There are times when someone creates an eyeshadow palette, there's a whole story behind it. Like the My Dream palette by Natasha Denona was so personal for her, and I personally will always remember that. When eyeshadow palette creators add their own personal experience into the palette, that is something that stays there. And you remember that whenever you pick that palette up or you look at that palette. You might also remember the memories of the beauty community, like when a launch happened, how excited people were. And when products become viral, that also becomes a part of history. For example, the rare beauty blushes became so popular, and that is part of history. If you have been collecting makeup for years and years, you have years and years of history inside your home, in your collection. All of the sentiment that you felt, the beauty community felt, the creator felt when they created the makeup is all in there. So I do believe that makeup is a collectible, and I wanted to get rid of the stigma that too much makeup is a bad thing. At the end of the day, if it's bad or good, is a question that should be answered only by the person that is making the purchase. Is it bad for me, or is it good for me? Do I get joy from my collection, or do I regret it afterwards and feel overwhelmed? As you guys know, I did a huge eyeshadow declutter because it was just too overwhelming for me. And right now, I went down from 127 palette collection to 28 palettes. I almost got rid of 100 palettes. Now when I look at my eyeshadow collection, I feel joy. And even 28 palettes might be too much for some people. So I want people to be able to do what they want, whatever brings them joy, and not get stuck in shoulds. Oh, should I have so much makeup? Should I not have so much makeup? What will someone think? You have to get closer to yourself and listen to yourself and what brings you joy. So right now, my eyeshadow collection is pretty small when it comes to the makeup collector's standard, but my lipstick collection is pretty big. Started the year with 190 lipsticks and now I have like 311 lipsticks. My goal was to bring the number down, but it went up. But then I'm like, why was I trying to bring the number down? Because having that much is somehow a bad thing. So it's better for me to just bring it down because that is considered a good thing. I don't know, it doesn't really make sense to me anymore. At the end of the day, what matters is, are you satisfied with your life? Are you satisfied with your actions? If you feel regret about purchasing and you feel genuine regret because of your own actions, not because other people are judging you, then you might want to think about or find ways to change your actions. But if you're only feeling regret because you feel like you should feel regret, then that's not going to add value to your life. I used to feel overwhelmed by the amount of lipsticks I have, but I created this DIY lipstick organization system, and ever since I have done that, I don't feel overwhelmed anymore. In fact, every time I look at my collection, I feel happy. I feel happy that I took the time out to be creative and create this organization system. And I feel happy that I have all of these lipsticks that I can test out for you guys and tell you all about them. Now, a lot of the makeup that I have is not for collection purposes. The purpose that I had was to acquire the makeup to review for you guys. But I have found myself become attached to the makeup that I have purchased. For example, I will never get rid of the Too Faced tin palettes. They're so beautiful and I do have like a sentiment attached to them. Also, I will never get rid of my first eyeshadow palette, which was the Milani Gilded Jewel, I think was the name. The initial purpose of this video was to do a makeup inventory for you guys because I did one at the beginning, I did a mid-year inventory check, and now this is my ending makeup inventory for 2023. But I felt like there was a need for a conversation. I just want everyone to be able to do what makes them happy without fear of judgment, and that includes myself. By the way, guys, I am sick, but I did commit myself to do this video, so I am doing it. But there have been definitely times where I've been on a sneeze marathon during filming this video, and I wanted to show you guys this cup that I got for my birthday as a gift. My daughter got it for me because she knows I love like glass mugs, and it also comes with a spoon. Like, I love glass mugs or glass cups for tea. This is on Amazon, so I will leave a link down below for you guys if this is something you want. My 2024 goal is to romanticize everything. As you guys see from my collection, I have flowers everywhere in my collection because it just makes everything look so pretty and just like otherworldly, and I love that. I'm also doing more like interesting nails because I just want beautiful things in my life and I just want to find joy in everything and create joy for myself. By the way, for my lip products, I started the year with 190 lipsticks, but I did finish 7 lip glosses. So I did finish some stuff, which was a lot of fun. So I started the year with 18 foundations and I was on a mission to finish foundations, and I finished 8 foundations. But then I did purchase a whole bunch during Black Friday, so at the end of 2023, I ended with 21 foundations. Blushes, I started with 70 and I ended with 82. Concealer, I started with 20, I decluttered 3, I finished 3, but then I bought a bunch, so I'm back at 20 at the end of 2023. End of 2023, I had 6 powders. Bronzers, I had started with 7 and ended up having 10 bronzers at the end of 2023. 8 highlighters. My goal for this year is just to get to know my collection, keep an eye on it, and also kind of take you along with me and show you my collection, what I buy, what I declutter, what I finish. And I think it'll be kind of fun to do this whole journey together. The reason why I do a makeup inventory is because it's fun. It's fun to keep track of my makeup. It's fun to share it with you guys. It also puts certain things in perspective for me, like, do I really want this much of this category, or would I prefer to have more of another category? It helps you learn about yourself. Doing my makeup inventory actually helped me realize that I don't really seek to have too many bronzers or highlighters or powders, but I do like having different blushes and lipsticks and a certain amount of eyeshadow. Now, I'm not saying buy all the makeup you want, but I am saying buy all the makeup you want that brings you joy. At the end of the day, it is really all about you. For me, what helped me figure out what makes me happy with regards to my makeup collection is cutting down on my eyeshadow collection and finding a good organization system for my lipsticks. So prioritizing organizing my makeup and decluttering what I need to declutter is what ultimately helped me get rid of the overwhelm and actually feel joy with my collection. Let me know if you guys want me to do a dedicated video on how I created the lipstick organization system. It's actually pretty easy. You just have to put together some things and hang it out with ribbons. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I want you to be happy. I want me to be happy. Sometimes when I do these kind of videos, they're also kind of like therapy for myself and like giving messages to myself as much as I am sending a message to all of you. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification. Thank you. Bye.